Ladies and gents, welcome. This is the Good Bit Podcast, and we thank you ever so much for being with us on this fine evening, or day, or morning, or afternoon, or night time, whenever you're listening to this episode. This is the Good Bit episode number 59, and we are coming to you live from Good Bit Studios, and we have a very, very exciting episode. One of the last episodes of 2019, an absolutely surreal year for the cinema, the movie pictures, and the films. We're going to be talking about them all, not them all, some of them, right here on episode number 59 of the Good Bit Podcast. Hello again, everybody. My name is Chris Moffat. I will be your host for this afternoon's events, or this evening's, or this morning's. I've already said that. And this is going to be an episode that is kind of a bit of a in the middle of life episode, because there's not really one set topic we're going to be discussing tonight. A couple of recently watched films will be in discussion, some ideas that we have for the future will be in discussion, and just a little bit of a retrospective of 2019 as a whole before we start making top 10s, before we close out the year. Let's talk about things just in general. Let's just generalise everything and have fun here on the Good Bit Podcast. Joining me today, ladies and gents, I have Fraser C here.
Morning.
Or Frambell, as he is now known as.
Frambell or pudding.
Or for pudding.
Or anything you want.
Anything you want. If you're commenting on this and you say, who's that one? I think his name was Jeremy Pinkwa. I'll know exactly who you mean, because we said anything you want.
True. Hello, nice to be back.
Welcome back. Welcome to Good Bit Studios.
Nice
I was in
back.
your studios last time, but you're now in my studios.
I'm Mungo Mansions.
Mungo Mansions. Isn't Mungo Mansions like that?
Yeah.
There's Mungo Studios before.
Aye. No, aye.
MM.
Whatever.
Much better.
Simple.
Also, we have Leo from Taped Live is here. We were expecting an applause. We got one from Puddin.
Yay.
An unwell Lewis.
I'm very, very ill.
Yeah, so as soon as I walked in, as a gracious host, everybody, I said, you know, what is your drink of choice?
No, I
lads?
demanded a lemsip.
And Lemsip was Leo's.
Yeah.
So we're sitting here, I've just boiled the kettle, made him a Lemsip. He's trying to get a little bit better. Since you've started sipping on the Lemsip, how do you feel?
Marginally better. I've got a lemsip. I'm halfway through a can of Red Bull. I've been popping Strepsils like they're Smarties.
Well, it's just not healthy?
No, but I'm yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do, brother.
I'm very delirious right now.
Yeah, so this could either be the best episode of the Good Bit or the absolute worst ever.
I've had so much paracetamol today.
How much?
Too much.
He didn't go in the car. I shouldn't be driving. I was like, well, that's great. That's nice to know, you know.
Sitting in the passenger seat going, well, this is the end of my life.
Yeah, you know.
I don't remember driving here.
That's not true. That can't be true.
I remember parts of it.
Yeah.
I don't remember everything I did.
The cars and the trees and that.
There was a road.
Speaking of that, we have, I would say, unusual neighbours. Quite a lot of unusual. I have neighbours that have been here for a while. Like,
We
my
have
whole
strange
life.
neighbours.
But especially tonight, because, you know, we have a lot of escapades with these neighbours. They come up and they noise us up a lot. But this particular, they must have.
You up a lot.
They noise us up a lot in terms of.
Noise. Right. Cool.
What did you hear?
Nonce.
Nonce.
Sorry, they noise us up a lot. I don't want to give the wrong impression. What neighbours we talking about here?
Right, fair enough.
They've got visitors tonight, and they've just done visitors just come and like park in our garden.
Yeah.
They've driven up to the curb and reversed into our grass.
So it doesn't look like they meant to do it. It looks like
Exactly.
they're just really bad at parking.
They've just reversed and went, ah, and then take
Yeah.
the seatbelts off and
That
stuff.
seems alright. No.
I parked in my wee usual spot on the roundabout.
It's your usual spot. It was taking like seconds before you
Was
came,
it?
so
They knew we were coming.
you
They
made
were
it in good
like,
time.
Fuck, we better move.
Yeah, Lewis is coming. We need to make
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
Get me his lemsip. Give him his
Yeah.
parking space. No one will get hurt.
there you go. Nice. I'm glad it didn't happen. What about your bad neighbours? Tell us about your neighbours.
We have. Oh, there's the plant man.
Hold on.
Frambell's undressed.
Taking his jumper off.
Plant man, I think it's okay. He just goes out and smokes.
He has lots of
and then
plants.
You say hello and he just does a wee nod of the head.
Hello.
The people across from our landing though, they constantly leave things out in the hall. Like,
Yeah, this is funny.
Random.
the most the thing that you put your baby in and it bounces up and down a wee bit.
Hi.
That was there. You've got wee old granny like shopping bags.
Yeah. The drawers were funny because
Drawers.
this is what they do. They leave rubbish in the landing, right, and then they take it away in small pieces at a time, right? So there'll be a big pile of rubbish, and then you'll come home one day and there'll be one wee thing gone. All right, then you come back and there's another thing gone, right? So they left this chest of drawers in the landing, and it was a full chest of drawers with like 5 drawers on it, right? And then I made a joke when I was leaving the flat. I was like, oh, I bet you will come back and there'll be like 2 drawers missing or something stupid. Like, sure enough, came back that night. There was 2 drawers missing out the drawers, so they've taken 2 drawers and binned them somewhere, but left the rest.
They've just went, we just need 2.
Yeah.
We don't have that much stuff.
And they stole our fucking doormat as well one time, remember?
They stole it?
Yeah.
No, it just went missing for a wee bit.
Like,
It was like,
kidnapped the
so
doormat?
we have a doormat in front of our door where the doormat goes in front of the door because it's a doormat.
Yeah.
And we came home one day and they just like moved it over to their side of the landing.
Yeah.
It might have been the cleaner, I don't know. Is it my doormat?
No, Mr. Superman, no here.
Mr. Doormat, no yours.
Last night I was in the flat.
doormat is
Last night I left your flat and there was like one of those, as you say, one of those sort of old people bag things, and I was very close to getting in it and to see if I could fit in it and just sit there from opening the door and I'm just like, hello.
One time I came back after a night out and there was a kettle sitting in the landing, and I found a video on my phone the next day of me just lying hugging the kettle.
It must be like a thing, like let's see what random items we can put aside and which ones can we kind of like noise them up with this week.
Yeah.
Because you said there was a microwave one time.
There was a microwave, yeah.
There was
an umbrella sitting for about 2 weeks.
It'd be interesting if any of the listeners can write in and see if that's ever happened to you.
See if you get an email next week saying, stop getting annoyed at us leaving our rubbish in the landing.
The landing's there for a reason, you know what I mean? So, fair enough. If you go outside and you find a baby at your doorstep like Harry Potter, that's something to be alarmed about. But if not, then it's fine.
Yeah.
It makes for funny tales. Speaking of funny tales, I've got a funny tale.
Your tail looks quite cute, actually.
Thank you. But an actual story I've got to tell you.
Right, that kind of tail.
Okay. I'm not saying anybody have noticed this, but any loyalists out there of the Good Bit or CM42 TV may have noticed that my social media activity was a bit less frequent.
Sporadic.
As usual. Less frequent to the point where there was nothing whatsoever because I was suspended from my Twitter account this week.
What did you do?
Now, I take a lot of pride in not tweeting anything inappropriate. I never swear on Twitter. I never post any inappropriate posts or pictures or videos. It's always just nice times talking about wrestling or movies or music or the YouTube channel or whatever.
You must have done something.
So I'm thinking, like, what have I done? Right? I was lying in my bed the other night and I was looking at my Twitter page and I noticed that my date of birth was 1996. I, Chris Moffat, the host of the Good Bit podcast, was born in 1997. That would make me 22 years and a half old. So I'm sitting going, why is that 96? So I changed it to 97. And I got a warning message saying, you understand if you change this, then you can only change it a few times. Don't put any incorrect data. And I was like, well, it's not incorrect data. I don't know why it was there in the first place. I'll change it. And I know what year I was born. So I changed it to 97. That was fine. Went to sleep, woke up the next day, couldn't get into Twitter. So I was like, okay, what have I done? Checked my emails and all that stuff, and I had a thing saying, you have breached the policy of Twitter because you're underage. What? And you must be at least 13 years of age to have a Twitter account. And I'm sitting scratching my chin, like...
Did you put in 2007 instead of...
Right. So I'm like, what about... I mean, I'm clearly not 13.
Yeah.
I've been on Twitter for 10 years. I created my account in 2009.
And you got slightly younger.
Slightly younger. So I don't know how they've done the math on the head. So I just started thinking about it and I was like, clearly something's happened here. Did some math. I created my Twitter account in 2009, which means I was 12. And I lied about my age.
Oh, so they've
caught me.
They've fucking
10 years later.
Time travel fucking shit.
So I'm now being punished for something I should have been punished a decade ago. Now.
Because they found out.
So they went, you've breached Twitter's rules. And I went, right, okay, if I was still 12 and they found this out, fair enough. But I've literally been tweeting every day for 10 years.
So that's why you made it 1996.
Because as soon as you changed it.
As soon as I changed it, and I
So hang on. So the bosses at Twitter have been sitting watching your account for 10 years.
Come
on, fucking change it.
They'll be going, there's no way he's 13 in 2009. One day he's going to slip up, and it was 2 in the morning on a Friday or something. And I've went and slipped up and I've changed it.
They popped a little bit of the bubbly. We've caught him.
We finally caught him.
So I'm sitting there going, why? So I was like, I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. So I appealed, as I should have done. And then they came back saying, nah.
What? Wait, could you not just go on and change your age again back to...
I couldn't get on anything. I couldn't get onto my account. I couldn't see my tweets. I couldn't see any of my followers. Anything. I just couldn't get onto Twitter. My account was locked and suspended. So when I'm trying to promote the videos and stuff, nothing.
Do you think that's like an automated thing that does that?
Yes. But then in terms of the appeals and the emails and stuff, that's obviously a person. But
because you're obviously over 13 now, so
aye.
surely they could just be like, right, you were bad back then.
That
It's
was
fine
my
now.
argument. That was my argument.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I didn't break the law because I was clearly underage. But my God, what does it matter now?
It's,
You know what I mean?
it's not the law.
No, I know.
I know their terms and conditions.
Bro, 10 years ago. It would have been different if it was now, but it was 10 years ago. So I sent them a strongly worded email.
Oh, how strongly worded was it?
Not very strong, you know what I'm like.
Did you use any swears?
No, because I was trying to be careful. I didn't want to get suspended again.
Just block your email account.
I'm like, son of a bitch. I was using the big words, and like I wrote it all eloquently as if I was writing an essay.
Did you sign it at the end?
Signed it at the end, and said that by not having a Twitter account, this is having a detrimental effect on my career.
Oh shit! Yeah,
and I'm also a YouTube creator, so I'm unable to share my posts and create this month's income. And within about 20 seconds, I got a reply saying, "Congratulations, you're back."
What?
So Twitter is corrupt, and it is run by monkeys clearly. Because we had, my life was over 1 minute. I wrote them, I appealed, I done the correct thing.
Yeah.
Got an O. Then when I'm on my own accord, emailed them human to human, and then it was like fine. So I'm back now.
They probably, I don't know, they probably were just like, well, you breached our terms and conditions, so we'll just suspend you. Did they say how long for?
30 days, but
Aye.
but they're not existent anymore because I was on today.
Yeah.
Aye, so obviously they've went, and then you've kicked up a wee bit of a fuss now.
Aye, and
this is too much effort. He's obviously 22.
Exactly.
Let's just...
I'm trying to think now if there's anything bad I did 10 years ago that could catch up with me.
That's when I met you 10 years ago? Probably.
I'm pretty sure I've been on.
I made a betting site when I was about
Oh, really?
14.
See, that's too far. You should be
No,
suspended.
like I done, like, it was, you didn't put any money on it. It was like Sky Sports Super 6. And then you just like bet on like correct scores. Never won anything.
No.
Never lost anything. But then when I actually turned 18 and wanted to like make it my official account, I couldn't change it.
I'm pretty sure I've had a Bebo since I was 9.
Have you still got Bebo?
The account still exists. I better not try log into it.
Yeah,
in
my
case the
God.
SWAT team comes through my room.
Do you remember on Bebo you had to pick your
Bebo
top 4
P6.
favourite friends?
Was that a thing?
Best friends.
Aye, and you still always change it like every
every day.
Every few days.
But it was alright, no one took it personally because everybody was doing it.
Yeah.
Everyone done it.
I still have you as my son on Facebook.
Yeah, I think you're still my dad. That's
I'm
nice.
someone's son-in-law, I think.
Which is funny, I think mine, but I think it's funny because I've got my dad on Twitter, on Facebook now, who's not my dad on Facebook. I used this wee cheeky line in the email. Since it has been so long since I created my account, I am unaware as to why this problem has not been raised since. I would have never wanted to breach any rules at the time. However, it is inevitable that I would have had my parents' permission before creating my account in 2009.
Yeah.
So then...
Excuse me, Mum and Dad, can I make this thing called Twitter? What's that? Can I have it?
Listen, I was an early Twitter guy. Nobody had Twitter when I joined it. I remember being in computing in first year in class, and we had like time after, and I was going on Twitter, and people were going, "Why? What is that? Why do you have a Twitter?" And it was because I was in YouTube, but no one else was in YouTube back in 2009. So now we're all fine and dandy. I tweeted about watching The Grinch today. Got a like.
Oh, you watched The Grinch?
Watched my first Christmas film of the year, The Grinch. How The Grinch Stole Christmas, not the new one. I'm going to talk about it on YouTube. However, I'll note it on here. I think it's a little bit overrated.
Grinch is great, sure.
It's great, absolutely.
It's one of these ones I've not really seen in ages.
See, people are like top 3, and I'm just like, it's not as festive as ours. It's great, and you do want to talk about physical comedy in that. Jim Carrey's a genius, but I just don't think it's as good as people say.
Is it Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey's the Grinch, yeah. Of course, it's, who else is it going to be?
I thought it was Mike Myers.
When he's going, man.
Am I just making this up?
No, it's Jim Carrey all over.
It's definitely Jim Carrey.
But he does, of course it is, and he's
I don't
like,
think it's Jim Carrey.
it's absolutely Jim
Am
Carrey.
I losing my mind? Well,
You are delirious in
I'm
real
high
life.
in paracetamol.
It's 100% Jim Carrey, and I've only probably the last time I saw it was about 7 when I was 7.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have watched it when I was 7.
It came out in 2000. Aye, 7's fine. It's like a PG, I think.
Aye.
It does say in IMDb that the sex and nudity aspect is mild, and I was like, why? It's because he comes down from the bit up the top of the hill and he lands like face first in Christina Baranski's tits. He's like, smells like something, and it's like, that's meant to be the sex and nudity part.
It is Jim Carrey, you're right.
Yeah.
I always thought it was Mike Myers.
But see, if you watch it now, it'll scream Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Just like the wee movements and stuff, and like the way he walks and stuff like that. He's like hands on hips and stuff. Total Jim Carrey. But anyway,
I'm just looking at the cast here. There's lots of famous people in it.
It's
I did
crazy,
not know
innit?
they were in it.
oh, that's what I was going to ask you about. Because now the first time that we're all together since this has happened, we're on the podcast now, the people can hear this. Did I tweet about it? I don't know if I tweeted about it. I might have posted it on social media, I'm not sure. I might have been suspended at the time. we recently did a wee marathon.
Oh yes.
aye.
My first ever movie marathon, actually, to a degree.
Me too.
I've done, watching a couple of movies back to back, but never like a full trilogy or a full series in the one go.
And this was one of the holiest trilogies of all, wasn't it?
One of the
Chris?
holiest trilogies.
Wasn't it, Chris and
A
Frambell?
holy grail to myself and Frambell's childhood and maturity.
The epitome of movies.
Absolutely.
The creme de la creme of movies.
The creme brulee de la creme.
I just want to take a pause to let everyone have a little guess as to what we might be talking about.
If you're listening to this, say it out loud no matter where you are, what trilogy we're talking about. You've got 3
Even
seconds.
if you're on the shit hat.
Yep, 3 You get 3 seconds starting from now.
You're wrong.
No, absolutely not. It was, of course,
High School Musical.
it was a High School Musical marathon.
Yes, that's right.
We were at a party recently, and Leo's lovely girlfriend said to me, "Lewis hasn't seen High School Musical," and I went, "What?" Because it was such a big part of our lives.
Excuse me?
We've known Lewis for 10 years, since I created Twitter, and I was thinking, really, because we've talked about it for so long, it's crazy you'd never seen them. So we thought, let's do it. We sat down.
I mean, I've avoided many things in my life.
Yeah. Did you actively avoid those?
Yes.
Okay.
It was much the same way I've actively avoided travelling to the Middle East. I just don't want to do it. Why would I do it? Why? No reason to.
Fair.
Don't want to get hurt.
Okay.
Do I get hurt?
Maybe
emotionally or physically.
Maybe that your life would be different though if you had watched it when you were younger. Because I can tell you mine is.
Well, my life would also be different if I went to the Middle East, Chris.
That's true. That's true. We've not really spoken about it because when we did watch them, we watched all 3 in a row. We were tired after. We'd been drinking.
I'd be drinking a lot.
Now I know you're still delirious.
Yeah.
What did you think? Did you enjoy them? Were they as horrible as you were anticipating?
I have this thing where I enjoy watching terrible films. Just because they're terrible, so I like to laugh at them and stuff.
Right.
And I'm not saying they're terrible films.
No.
No, I had a...
That was the kindest way to tell someone I don't like one of your favourite films.
I had a nice evening.
Yeah.
I had a fun evening.
It was a nice evening, wasn't it?
I enjoyed watching them like back to back. Like
Yeah.
it went like see by the third you're like this just went on long enough here.
Yeah,
Aye.
I know.
Like I can't take another guy breaking into song again.
I know. Yeah,
I really liked it. Man. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, I've not seen them in a few years.
I have a thing about musicals. I don't enjoy watching musicals because it takes me out of the film when they just break into song and dance for no reason, and just I know that's the point, and I know they may be fun, but
that's kind of what we were trying to explain. But
I get into the story and stuff, and Troy and Gabriella, and they're not kissing when they should be kissing and stuff, and then just some guy starts singing, and it's just
absolutely,
it ruins it for me. But
it's a preference thing.
I
think that's fair.
Out of all the musicals I've ever watched in my life, they're definitely the worst.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. What's your favourite?
Sweeney Todd.
Right. Okay, that's like a proper musical.
Yeah.
I've not seen that.
And I like La La Land as well.
La La Land's great.
La La Land's
I'll
great.
approve that. But I don't even. I know it's a musical, but I don't consider it a musical. It's like a film.
Yeah.
It's all the acting and all that.
Yeah, the reason I like that one so much is because I was fully invested in the story and the film.
Absolutely.
At all times, even during the songs. Whereas when they would break into dance in High School Musical and everyone's just choreographed dancing, it's just like, I'm watching a film now.
Right, okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
What did you make of Zac Efron's early performance?
I guess it was alright.
I think he does a good job.
He did the best with what he was given.
Yeah, I think he's got a lovely singing voice.
He didn't have his top off enough.
Not enough. He does have it a couple of times. Playing basketball.
Still not enough. I play basketball.
There's that meme that was always in your head.
That's my favourite thing in the world.
Yeah. We joke about High School Musical all the time, but without sounding pure wanky and that, like literally, the reason that I got into like performing and doing shows and stuff was a big part of it was because of those films. Because I watched them at the time they came out.
I remember you saying you wanted to be Troy.
Wanted to be Troy.
Yep.
He was a pure hero of mine. We as soon as I watched that in 2006, I went out to play with my friends, and they were asking me what the film was about, and I said, "Oh, it's about this guy called Troy," and they all found that the funniest thing ever. They're like, "Troy, what the hell?" So that always made that was like the first time someone kind of slagged me for it. But then all the way through school and stuff,
Not
doing
the last,
drama.
I guess.
Not the last, no. No one said that ever since.
Just that one time.
How did you feel watching them again? Because I know you hadn't seen the third one in ages.
I've only seen the third one once, which I did enjoy the third one. I always thought I preferred the second one. I don't know why, but like I think I preferred the first one because the first one is just a bit more. It's what was High School Musical to me, I think, because I think I watched the first one a lot more
And you meet the
than the
friends.
second one. Whereas the second one, I think it was like I was trying to be cool, probably for a wee bit.
Right, I see.
I probably watched it once or twice, and then said it to somebody. Somebody's probably said, "That's gay," and I've went, you're probably right. I'm gonna just watch the Fit Dog.
Probably right.
I'm just gonna watch the Fit Dog. 5th or 6th year in school, a good 10 years, 5 or 6 years later, I was like, no, it's good, but like,
Yeah.
I think the first one was.
Yeah, before we
the best
watched
one?
them, you all said the second one was always your favourite,
Yeah.
and I watched them all and I preferred the first one.
Right, okay. I still think the second one's my favourite, but I had a new appreciation for the first one because I knew what was coming, and I was seeing your reaction to it and stuff.
Yeah.
You did pop crazy when Joy and Gabriella finally kissed.
Oh yeah,
I must say.
I think in the second movie, I never even realised that.
Yeah.
The first movie, they don't even.
I know, ridiculous.
They
Ridiculous.
do a wee sort of embrace with their heads touch.
And you know fine well they were shagging while we were filming. the
Well,
first one.
yes, which is a real life story and a movie tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
So, favourite song of the full 3
I
films?
don't know any of them. Oh no, Get Your Head in the Game, Basketball, that one.
Fair. Fram.
Oh god, that's.
We're all in this together.
I would say that one. That one makes me happy. Or no,
It's got to say Every Day.
Every Day. I like every day is really good. Not so. It's between Every Day and
Stick to the status quo.
yes, that is the one.
What was the weird one that wasn't? It was like a
Oh,
special
that was
added scene
the
on the one we watched.
Hook and Nickelback.
Yeah, the one with the weird fish thing.
No, that one's really funny.
So that's a deleted scene?
Yeah, you said
and
that.
for some reason, in the version we watched, it was like the extended edition,
And
and
it was just,
in that.
it was just bizarre.
It just...
I
no
really
wonder
like
they
that
deleted
song
it.
as well.
I was watching the film, right, and it just came out of nowhere, and I don't know if I missed something or what, but it just
Yeah.
kind of happens and then goes away and then doesn't get explained again.
It's one of those ones where if you just tune in at that moment, you think, what have I taken?
I am maybe what happened. I was like halfway through my rum at that point. I don't
Right,
know
okay.
what was going on.
Well,
I just looked up and there's a fish guy going ooga ooga. I was like, what is this?
oh man, I do love the films. They're so
Yeah, no, they're really good.
they're so much fun, and
Uh-huh.
they bring it back to my child. They're full of nostalgia, and it was so cool watching it with someone who I knew probably wouldn't like them, but might have a chance of somewhat enjoying them anyway. So
I'll say again, I had a fun evening.
yes, it was a funny. We should do it again. We should do it for another trilogy or do
Watch
it for
them again.
Yeah, I thought that's what you meant. I was like,
No.
nope, I'd rather go to the Middle East.
do a different trilogy.
I'll do that this time. Why not?
Yeah. Let's do it. And also, last time you two were on the show, we talked about the Hateful Eight. I think we should do a movie night.
I've not
Yes.
still not seen it. Need to see it. I want
That needs to happen.
I want to do a Back to the Future marathon because I've not seen my
That's.
favourite.
I was just thinking that.
not
Yes,
seen my
yes,
favourite
yes.
trilogy back to back.
Right,
And
let's do it.
seen
I've
High
not done it
School
either.
Musical.
Let's do that soon. We'll do it in the new year.
No,
I'd be
yeah.
well up for that.
Do the Back to the Future
Cool.
marathon, and I would like to see Hateful Eight because I've put it off long enough.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, it's one you have to see. It was my
Favourite-
film of the year 2016.
Favorite Tarantino film for me.
Is it really?
Yes. Yes.
It doesn't quite beat Pulp Fiction, but it's definitely my number 2. And I love the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It's my favorite for the same reason Force Awakens is your favorite Star Wars.
There you go. Perfect. Say no more.
Yes.
Easily. One of the reasons why I wanted to bring that up and talk about the High School Musical stuff is because we also saw a film or at least Frambell and I saw a film last night called Blue Story, and it was one of those ones where we went into the film, and I don't want to speak for you, but I didn't expect anything from it. I didn't think I would like it or love it or take anything away from it. However, when I left the cinema, I was like, that was great, like I proper enjoyed it. So it got me thinking, what are some films that you guys didn't expect to love, didn't expect to like, didn't even expect to enjoy, but ended up really liking?
I was the same for Blue Story, exact same as you.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would like it. I just didn't see.
I don't know why that is, but
big
it's just-
attraction of it.
Yeah.
Briefly explain the plot for me and all the listeners who haven't seen it.
So basically, I'll do it. Right, I know there's a gang in Peckham, and then
Ooh,
there's
Peckham,
a gang they call the Ghetto Boys,
Ooh.
and that's another place.
Yeah.
And they're basically two rival gangs from two different areas fighting each other. Now, two of the boys are like, one is from the Ghetto Boys bit, and then one's from Peckham. And then the Ghetto Boys guy goes to school in Peckham, but it's not really part of it. And
He
they're
just,
like,
goes to,
they're
he just
friends.
happens to go to school there.
They're friends. And then it gets like they go through a high school, and then it's like the guy's pals with him, Peckham. His brother's like the leader. So
Of the gang.
they kind of have like a few altercations with like the gangs and like, oh yeah, do you know his brother? Oh yeah, don't worry about him, he's okay.
Yeah.
So it gets in like a kind of fight, and then they get kind of dragged into the gang stuff.
Okay.
It was interesting because I looked up before because I was like, what's this? I don't know. I felt like I had to see it, what it was about, and then obviously it was banned in Nottingham over the weekend.
That was why I decided to see it, or
It was
wanted to see it,
banned?
because
Yeah.
in
Whereabouts?
Nottingham
In Nottingham.
Nottingham.
it was banned. The cinema's just like
Is that where it's
dropped
set?
it.
No,
I don't
London.
know. Maybe it's London, but I don't know. If,
Nottingham is just. They said stabbings went up.
like there was
After.
reaction from the film in
Reactions.
that city, so the cinema just stopped showing it.
Mm.
So that was like, it must be really like heavy, bro. As we quote back
And
to the
then
future.
I saw reviews of it. I was like,
You said the reviews were quite negative.
reviews were negative, as most of the time they are. So I was like, went into it a wee bit. I don't know if I'll like this, but I really did. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
There's only a few bits. I was like,
It was directed by the rapper Rap Man, and in between.
Is that his actual?
That's his actual name.
His rap name.
Yeah, it's Rap Man.
creative, eh?
And in between like big moments in the film, Rap Man would come in and rap what's just happened.
Oh right, that's quite a cool idea.
It was
I
a
didn't
cool
like it.
idea, but it kind of took you out of it
Did it not
because
work?
there's these stabbings going on and these murders going on. Then it's like, and that what just happened yet, and then it just tells you the story again, but through rap.
And you know it's happened, and then it's like a serious bit, and then this guy's just like, oh, I'm going to tell a story now. There's one point he's just sitting on a kitchen counter at the start, like trying to introduce the that was actually the probably best just because he explained who the character is.
Right.
And what, like, who, and then he's just sitting on the counter though, and I was like, oh, it's a bit weird though.
Yeah, but he's not actually really there. He's just kind of taking you through the story.
Right.
But there's like people who get involved in relationships and people get involved in fights that they've got nothing to do with, and people die that shouldn't die and all that stuff. And it ends up being really interesting. And that first half where the Rap Man was coming in and stuff, and you were learning about the characters, it was kind of hard to keep up with who's in which gang because there was so many characters and so many people in each gang.
And they all wear black.
All wear black
Pretty
like
much.
hoodies and stuff and scarves and things over their faces and stuff. But then after like halfway through the film, like I was pure into it. It's so interesting and so like
I was hooked.
gripping. Because people are dying that maybe shouldn't have been dying and fights were breaking out and stuff. I'd recommend it big time
Yeah.
to anybody out there
No.
as well who don't fancy it. Give it a go. And that's the beauty of having a cinema card, because even if you don't know anything about the film or you don't fancy it, you can go and sometimes you're pleasantly surprised.
That's why I trust you when you say a film's good. I go see it because I don't have a cinema card, so I
Yeah.
can't go see everything.
Yeah, we should go see everything, then we'll tell you.
Yeah,
which
you're
one's
like
good.
kind of like my taste tester, like
Right,
you'd have
okay.
in olden days for like the Queen's food and shit.
Yeah.
You like taste all the films and then you're that one's shit. Don't go see
Don't go see that one. That really happens. I tend to see the good in most films, but there is some
Yeah.
I'm like.
I hardly have any movies where I'm like, I come out going, I don't like that.
Yeah, me
What was
neither.
the one we went
And-
to see recently and I said it was rubbish? What
It?
was that?
It too.
That was it. Yep.
Did you see Doctor Sleep with us?
No.
No, because you haven't seen The Shining.
Yeah.
I was the same as well. There's
Yeah.
only a few I come out going I don't like, and I never think I never think I'm going to come out not liking it really.
Yeah, and it's funny. The other guy we go
there's
with,
been a few this year. but-
Francis, our producer, he tends to like a lot of things that we don't like because he likes kind of like experimental and artistic stuff. And there was a film that we went to see together called A Cure for Wellness. Did you see that?
I did see that. No.
A Cure for Wellness. I had Dane DeHaan in it, who's one of my least favourite actors.
guy.
Francis was like, "Oh my god, blew my mind! One of my favourite films of the year." And I was like, "I honestly hated that movie." So that's happened a couple of times, but these things happen. But anyway, my question was, any films that you didn't expect to like that you ended up really enjoying?
Going back to musicals at La La Land. I went to see that thinking this could be rubbish as a musical, then really enjoyed it.
Yeah, fair.
I didn't think Force Awakens was going to be good.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was ready to be disappointed and then went in and loved it. Apart from those two, I can't really think of many. There's plenty where I've went in wanting to like a film and then went out thinking this is rubbish.
Give me some of them.
Last Jedi.
Oh.
That's all we'll say.
Big sigh.
And I'm not bringing it up again. Man.
Stop making arguing. Alright, fair enough. No, it should be.
Everyone's valid.
Then at 2, that was the last one I saw in the cinema. I thought that was rubbish.
You were expecting to like?
Yeah. But as far as not going in expecting to not like something, coming out liking it, I don't know. I went to see Mamma Mia 2, and I went in thinking, yeah, it's going to be great, and it was because it's ABBA.
Totally, I love Mamma Mia too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's great. Shout out to Frozen 2. That's brand new. But I think we'll chat about that in our Christmas episode, which should be happening soon. I went in not expecting to dislike it, but just it's going to be Frozen in it. But then
I've not seen the first one. I don't
well,
know.
the first one's on my list for ones that I didn't expect to like and really did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, check that out.
I have La La Land as well,
Oh, lovely.
and because I was like, why am I going to? I think was it? Yeah, it was you or I think it was just me and you who went to see it, maybe.
Really?
And you said,
That sounds
"Do I
cute.
go see La La Land?" And I think we went with some of your college people. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if I'm confusing it with someone else.
You
I
might
think
be
it was.
confused with Manchester by the Sea.
No, I wasn't.
No, but I mean, those two came out like right beside each other.
But you've just ruined it, son. Manchester by the Sea is another one.
Sorry.
No, but yeah, no, I'm pretty sure La La Land. I was like, why am I going to see this? I'm not going to like this at all, and I loved it. It was one of my favourite movies of the year that it came out.
Yeah, me too.
Manchester by the Sea was my favourite. I
You
think
just didn't expect.
I was like this. I didn't know anything about it, but the name just I was like, I was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
I've got one.
what is this going to be about? And I loved it, man. It was like I've watched it 2 or 3 times since then.
Really?
It's just such a great story. Like there's not much. Like it's not a big story, would you say?
No, not at all.
It's just simple, but it's really just effective.
And there was like funny bits in it,
yeah.
but then it was so sad at times.
I've got one that I just remembered, that Ad Astra film.
Ad Astra.
I went
yeah.
in thinking, it's going to be alright in our
Space
film.
movies.
Great
Beautiful.
film.
I was the same as
Really, really liked it.
Aye, Ad Astra. I was like, yeah,
Ad Astra was
I
good.
can't be bothered with any more space movies. I'm pretty sure I said
I
that.
don't know if that's much to do with
Like
the
that.
film itself or just like the mindset of before you go into a film. Like if I'm not particularly wanting to go see something, I'm just going to cinema for the sake of going. I won't be expecting too much, and then if the film turns out to be alright, I'll be like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's got much to do with the film itself or just that. I don't know.
That's
But-
fair. Yeah.
But yeah,
absolutely.
that's one. That's one I just thought of.
When you said Manchester by the Sea and you didn't expect to like it just because of the title, do you remember last year on Chesil Beach?
Huh?
It was Saoirse Ronan and oh
I
god,
guess that is another one.
what was the guy's name? I can't remember. But he looked a bit like Eddie Redmayne, which is saying something because he's got a pure distinctive face. And it was like on Chesil Beach, but in the trailer was so like nothing. But I really like Saoirse Ronan. I think she's great. She's the girl on Ladybird, and I was thinking she's great. I'm going to see it, and she's in. Went to see it, and it ended up starting off so boring. And then halfway through it, there was just this moment that just switched. And then by the end, I was so into it. I loved that film. So it was on like my top 5 of the year last year. It's crazy.
I think that is one I think I nearly cried at.
Yes.
And like halfway through, I was like, nah, I'm not really liking this.
Absolutely.
I think it definitely is another one. Ad Astra was another one. Final one I would have said is Get Out. Which
Okay.
is one of my, like we've discussed this I think on the last
Yeah,
one
last
we were
one.
on. I really love that movie, but like see going in, just because I have a thing about horrors, I've
Yeah.
kind of got out of it now because I've had like the Get Out and Us. But like see going in to see that, I was like, I just nah, no way am I liking this.
Yep.
And I came out and loved it. But I think that's pretty much all of them really.
Yeah.
Apart from Ad Astra and stuff that you've said.
Yeah, I went through. I tend to keep I'm weird at this. I keep a list of all the films I see and stuff. So I went through the past couple of years of lists and noted down ones that I didn't think I'd like. I have Pleasantville on here. Have you heard of Pleasantville?
Not at all.
I'd never heard of it before in my life. I watched it in film class in college, and just, I mean, it's one of those ones where you haven't heard of, and you're like, why are we all here as a class about to be shown? Because obviously, if it's a class, then you're showing it for a reason, I guess. I was thinking, right, go on then. And I was already against it because I hadn't heard of it. I don't like that. And then I'm loving it. I've got it on Blu-ray now. Highly right. I'll give you it to go watch it to flap because it's totally worth a watch. Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh,
Yeah,
you've talked about this
that's
before,
good.
yeah.
Great film.
I remember you've talked about it, and then I think I went home and I was like, yeah, no. I like
Great
watching
film.
it.
Love Actually.
Oh, funny enough, I caught a bit of that tonight.
Yes.
I was up at my dad's house and it was on the TV, and I've never seen it. But there's so many famous people in it.
It's what
Every-
a cast.
Every 2 seconds, I was like, "Oh, that's that guy."
Every British actor to be in a stereotypical British film is in that film.
yeah.
Emma Thompson,
um,
Rowan Atkinson, Hugh Grant.
All I know about it is that Hugh Grant's in it and he plays the Prime Minister.
Yep.
That's as far as it goes. I've never seen it. I don't know.
You'd love it. Watch
Would
it.
I?
It's great. I was like, Love Actually. What?
Would I love it? Actually.
You love it actually.
Oh.
So good. Fighting with My Family. That's another one.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for that.
The
and
WWE
thinking,
film. It's not that
Yeah.
I didn't want to like it. I did, but I was thinking, oh no. They're going to completely make the wrestling business look
Aye.
daft.
Yeah, I remember you were nervous about it.
Nervous before the film, and it was great.
Because you didn't want people to be like, oh no, that's wrestling.
Just bought it on Blu-ray in the Black Friday sales.
Lovely.
Frozen, as I said, The Greatest Showman.
Ah, yeah, that was alright.
Although I love musicals, I was thinking it's getting a bit too hyped.
Yeah, no, because I watched it ages. I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was like well after a year.
It was alright.
I thought it was great, yeah, and I love the songs. Francis has still not watched it because in protest, and I'm thinking,
oh, Zac Efron had his top off in that as well.
that was top off.
Yeah.
And Zendaya's in it; she's great. And Hugh Jackman, Michelle Williams, a great film. And last one on my list is No Country for Old Men, because I heard so much about it and I got it on Blu-ray and I was thinking, no country. That's going to be just old guys sitting around a country club playing cards. It's going to be boring. Ended up being this mad gangster western heist movie set in the mid 2000s. Yeah. It's got what's his name, Javier Bardem playing a bad guy, and he has about 10 lines of dialogue, but he's still one of like the most gritty bad guys I've ever seen. So those are films that I didn't expect to like, that I loved.
I just thought I need to mention it because no one ever talks about it. Searching.
Oh yes,
that was one.
What is that at all?
Oh,
but it was one that I don't really recommend the movies because I normally just go with what you used to see because you are more into it. I'm obviously into going, but I think you are more involved in it.
I think that's fair.
And I go along and I'll see anything. Whereas this was the one I was like, I kind of want to see this, and Francis doesn't watch trailers.
Yeah, I was like, it's going to be a stereotypical B movie.
Yeah, we went in going right, and they were like, all right, we'll just go because we're not. There's nothing else. And I was so nervous because I was like, see if this is rubbish.
I'm so nervous.
I'm never getting up in you again. And it was we all came out and we loved it.
It was in my top 3 last year.
I love the story.
Top 3.
Because it's basically a guy's daughter goes missing, but it's all filmed through technology. So it's either a laptop, a phone, the news.
It's not like shot as a camera or anything. It's like through social media.
So it's like the film's pieced together through various different
Messenger, everything.
Okay. That's a cool idea.
So it's like he's trying to go about finding them because he doesn't feel like the police are really helping. They're like, oh no, it's dead. Oh, it's been like a week. No, we never find people after a week. And then it's like trying to find.
So he goes into business for himself and uses all these mediums and looks at our old chats and looks at old emails and stuff and tries to track her down. It's really good.
Unbelievable, and I've not heard it being mentioned at all. Like not just by us, but like
I
by
didn't even
everyone.
know it existed.
Let's watch that house. Let's watch that Hateful Eight back to back.
That's what I'd recommend. Because I thought about it there, and it was one I was like, I thought I would like it, but like I was like, I hope it's not bad. I really hope it. So I guess that is kind of in it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
that's fair. Great film. We'll watch that one again soon. Let's move on to the other film that we're going to discuss, another brand new film that is in the cinemas just now, and it's called Knives Out.
Whooshing.
Whooshing.
I get stabby with knives.
Yes.
Get knives out.
When the trailer came on, I remember the three of us sitting there in the cinema going, this looks good. Oh, this looks good. Oh, let's go see this. And then it was called Knives Out, and we went, what a shite name for a film.
It was,
but now I'll not be saying that because the film is absolutely brilliant.
And it did the thing
he
where he said it. Remember?
Yeah, he said it.
He said it.
You know, it's funny you say that because today, right before you guys came, I was filming some videos for CM42 TV. I did a Try Not to Laugh challenge to some Family Guy stuff from season 8, and the episode where Peter goes, it's like when people say the names of the films and thing, and he goes, I said it. That was in one of the clips. And I was like, oh, I remember that. That whole season's great, and that reminds me of you, that season.
Yeah, I think that's my favourite. That's the one with the horse, isn't it?
Bird is the word.
Yeah.
Mixed Stroke.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was a brilliant episode.
The man with two Brians, they get the new dog.
Yeah, I think that season was like the peak, I think.
My peak fandom, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, Knives Out.
Excuse me, I'm just going to pop a wee tablet.
Go for it. Unwell.
Pop a pilly.
What, it says a strepsil?
What? I won't tell them. I was trying to sound cool.
I just wanted them to condone and get suspended from podcast outlets because
it's just a strepsil.
Yeah. Get sucking, brother. Anyway, so Knives Out, it stars again so many big actors.
Yes.
My God, Daniel Craig and other folk, Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis, so many people.
And the woman who plays Marta.
Get the fucking link up on IMDb. I'd never heard of her before, and although she was absolutely stunning, she was great.
She's going to be in the James Bond coming out next year.
Oh.
And the picture for her in that, I'm like,
Is she like the
Not really
Bond
matter.
girl in that film? Is that who she is? in
Yeah.
Like
And
the lead girl.
it? Yeah.
And the thing,
The
she
one
has
that he
a-
shags.
She has a gun. Anna de Armas.
He doesn't
What's her
shag
name?
her.
Anna de
You don't?
Armas.
No, in the James Bond film,
Oh,
she'll be the one
I
that
thought
he
you meant
shags.
in fucking Knives
No,
Out, Daniel
no,
Craig.
no.
No.
I mean, yes. Did you go to the toilet during that bit?
Let's. There was a wee poster of her, and she's got a gun.
I saw that poster and Rami Malek's playing the bad guy and he looks
Oh, is he?
evil and it looks great. Can't wait to see that.
I'm trying to find it, but she's in that, and I thought she was brilliant actress,
She's great.
and wonderful.
Wonderful.
No, a good movie, wasn't it?
The film is about this mad rich family. They've got this main man in the family, like their old dad and their uncle and their brother and stuff. And one night, I don't know if it's a spoiler. If you've seen the film,
It's basically
watching this.
if somebody made a really good film out of a game of Cluedo.
Yes, it's a whodunit. But
Here it is.
he's found the picture. We'll post that on social media.
Oh.
There she is.
With
No,
a
no
gun.
time to die.
She's got.
She's got Frambo is mesmerised right now.
Look,
she's
she's got
like-
the gun.
She's like Lara Croft who went to a nice wee ball. She's just stunning.
She is stunning. But she was also very good.
No, she was a great actress.
Yeah.
Frambo was
She was a great
Frambo was staring at her acting the whole film.
Yeah. And going, she's got a gun and a knife.
She's got a knife.
She's got a knife out.
Knife's out.
Yeah, so anyway,
Get a knife's out.
the main guy in the family, something bad happens to him, and they're all about trying to find who done it. But you find out early in the film who done it, and the story is actually how that person gets round it. Tries to get her innocence back, tries to get honesty and justice through the whole thing, and it's all about the family trying to coerce her into confessing. She links up with Chris Evans, which made me think people like Chris Evans and Daniel Craig and these people who are so like known as iconic characters must have it hard. Although they make all the big money and they get these roles because they're them, because of their name.
But that's what makes them good, though. Because
Absolutely.
when you see them in a film like this, you're like, oh, James Bond and Captain America are in
Captain
this film.
America.
But then you sit and watch the film and you completely forget that they played them.
And you know what? It was nice to see Chris Evans do a bad guy.
Yeah, that was good.
It was nice.
It was weird because he didn't have a massive role.
Not at
But
all.
there's people with like much bigger roles. That's not a penis joke.
Get roles out.
Yeah, Rosa. No, it was a very star-studded cast, but it was good.
What did you make of Daniel Craig's accent?
Right, so when he first did it, I was like, whoa.
Me too.
But then by the end of the film, I thought, actually, this is quite good.
Absolutely,
It works
and you're
really
used to
well.
it. But at first, here we go, I'm about to do this detective work.
Yeah.
Was
Am
it
I
like,
James
no,
Bond?
I was like, don't mind me, I'll sit here. I was like,
It got more and more southern throughout the film, I
It
think.
did.
But I liked how in the film they acknowledged it and characters made fun of it throughout the
that's
film.
true.
That was great.
And I will say, it kind of totally worked for his end monologue,
Yeah.
which goes on for about 10 minutes, and it's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
But because he's talking for a whole 10 minutes with no interruptions, that brings me on to my next point.
Yeah.
It's like, James Bond should not sound like that, but
yeah,
does a good job.
it was a bit weird accent, but
Was it weird?
it was good.
It's dodgy, but
You get used to
you get used to these things.
It's not a criticising point.
I love films that I knew you would love this a lot. You'd love
Yeah,
the film.
yeah.
I love films that have like. There's an episode of The Simpsons like this where it's like I think it's just called The Simpsons Day or something, and you see the same day but from the whole family's point of view. So they all interlock at certain times of the day. This is a film full of that stuff. There's so many Easter eggs.
Yeah, yeah.
There's so many things planted so
Showing
early
you
in the film.
events from different people's perspectives and
Yes.
stuff. I love all that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love it as well. Like they've done it a few times in like Always Sunny. And
Yeah.
I love the episodes. But like, see, like when you're like, oh yeah, so that's what you see it from like one point or like the general point, and you just don't think anything of it, and then they explain it in their point of view, and you're like, all right, that's why you done that, right?
That's why you done that. That will make sense now. There's like bits right at the start of the film that are like so obvious thinking back.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
They show you. Like there's a bit of blood that goes on someone's shoe, and they just blatantly show you that, but they don't mention it till the end of the film. And you go, oh yeah, there's a bit of blood in the shoe. Like as these wee things happen.
I did like how you you thought it was going one way, like it was
Yeah.
going to be like the whole movie's going to be who's done this, but like halfway through you're like, no, that's they do it, and then
Yeah.
you're like, or is it them trying to avoid it? You know,
You're
it's
able
like,
to
you
form
don't
your own
know.
opinion, and
We
your
did.
own. It's proven that your own opinion's wrong sometimes, or sometimes it's right. It's like a thought provoking film during the film, and I love movies like that.
Yeah.
And I don't say like I don't think it's as good as some of the other films I saw this year. so I don't know if I'm going to rate it like a top 5, top 10 capacity, but it's so far up there. You know,
it's up there for me as well.
I've still got a couple
enjoyed
to
it.
see, but
It is one I think I'll watch again just to
Yeah.
see it when you know what's
you know what's coming and you're kind of looking out for more things.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think I would watch it again because it was amazing.
I liked how funny it was as well. It was
Yeah.
really funny.
Really funny. And you're laughing at times as well because you see things and you realise things and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so clever. And you should start laughing,
Mm.
which adds to it. So, yeah, big thumbs up. We'd highly recommend anybody out there going to see Knives Out. The other ones that would come up is Black Christmas.
What's that?
That looks good.
It's like another sort of murder mystery, but it's like Christmas themed and
Oh.
in a big house. But it's coming out on the 12th of December, I believe. So right in time for Christmas, which will be nice. And there was also Last Christmas, which came out with Emilia Clarke and stuff, but the guys haven't seen that yet, so I'd wait until you guys see that. But again, there's another Christmas film that came out this year that I tried to get on top of these ones because you never know which ones are going to be classics. I feel with Christmas films, you watch them so many times, it's nice to see new ones.
Yeah.
So, that's cool. The big one coming up is Star Wars. Couple of weeks time. I'd like some.
What was that noise?
Sorry, I'm just excited.
Maybe that's going to be one of the new like creatures and Star Wars. Going, ha.
That's Frambell's excited noise.
I'm wanting some predictions. What do we think was going to happen in Rise of
Oh,
Skywalker?
mate, I don't even want it though.
Not a fucking clue.
Let's leave it at that. That's fine. Me neither.
I would.
All I'll say is I have not been more excited for a film in my life.
Really?
Yes.
I think
More
I'm
excited than when The Force Awakens was coming out.
I think I'm. Yeah, definitely.
Just because, I don't know. I can't speak about it.
We will we'll try and contain our emotions when we see it, but it's going to be so hard. And it's going to be one of those ones we need to see more than once. Obviously, always in Star
I
Wars.
know, because I'll be going with you, and then in the opening. The first time I'm going to an opening, and I think it's
first
the
time?
best one to do
Absolutely.
I went to
Midnight.
the midnight one for both the last ones.
I didn't see Last Jedi midnight because I was in New York at the time, but I saw it like, as soon I got off the plane and went to see it because I was that hyped for it. Whereas The Force Awakens was midnight and it was such a big deal and it's the only one I've ever done. So here we go. Let's do it again. I'm so excited. Because now we know the characters. There's no mystery behind it. The mystery is the story, not the vibe of the film.
Yeah.
Especially for me, because I've liked the past two. I've
Yeah.
really liked the past two. So I've lost that. Oh, I'm just waiting. Like the first two, I was like, I feel like they're going to mess something up.
Yeah.
But now I've got to a point where I'm like, I kind of expect what it's going to be like.
I don't know if I'm ready.
I think it'll be.
It's come around so quickly.
Crazy.
Hasn't it? Like,
This whole year's done that.
I mean, it's the 20th, isn't it? But obviously we're seeing.
We're saying the 18th, the night of the 18th.
Alright, so it's like the 19th.
Yeah.
But it comes out worldwide the 20th.
Alright. Okay.
Oh, so the UK
So
gets.
we're seeing it early.
We get
Yeah.
it first.
US is
Ooh.
getting it the 20th. So.
Woohoo!
Which
That's
happened
the first.
And it happened for Avengers as well. We got Avengers first too,
Don't we?
which is crazy. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready emotionally because it does pure affect me. But then also, not just for backlash. I know people will dislike it and stuff. I don't like that. But for reading reviews of good things as well, and people claiming things that like, I like this about it and I didn't notice it. And I go, oh, why did I see that? I need to go see it again. I don't know if I'm ready for all that because it's a lot to take in.
Yeah, listen.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to go in to watch it just willing to just accept whatever's shown on the screen.
Nothing you can do about it.
Because
you know what I mean?
my main problem with Last Jedi is I wanted things to happen in it that didn't.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't like it. In all fairness, okay film. Some things maybe shouldn't be in the film, but we'll leave that. But I'm just going to go into this one, just be like, you know what, whatever happens, yeah. It's Star Wars, it's the last one.
Star Wars acted well.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing.
It's strange, isn't it?
You know what I mean? You've got Ewan McGregor, who's brilliant. You've got Harrison Ford, who's brilliant. But now the new ones, everybody's good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is nice. Yeah, I'm so excited. Look forward to chatting about it.
Have you? I know you have. I don't think you have. Have you seen The Mandalorian?
It was my next question.
Yes.
Like, you just read it off my paper
Oh,
properly.
I didn't because I can't read upside down.
No,
I've not had that much paracetamol.
Le Mando what? Yes, I haven't seen the most recent episode, but I've watched the first 3.
Yeah, it's
it's great.
It's great, isn't it? It's so good. We won't spoil it for you, but
I need to watch it. It's
it's
not
like,
that time, man.
Do you know why it's so
I'll
great?
watch it though.
Doesn't matter because the whole thing doesn't matter because it's got no effect on anything else.
yeah,
That we know of anyway.
well, yeah.
There's twists and turns that only happen for that show, which is all you can ask for. The episodes are like less than 50 minutes each, so easy to watch. They
And
fly by.
it's not just because it's Star Wars that it's good. See, if it wasn't set in the Star Wars universe, it'd still be a good TV
It's
show.
like a western.
Yeah,
It's really
It's
good.
like, I don't want to spoil it, but it's like, oh, it's just so good.
And
it's
something
like,
happens that you're like, holy shit, I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Which is like rare for a show like that, because it's Star Wars, you just assume things are going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, so I would recommend The Mandalorian still to watch this week's episode though.
I've seen the most recent one.
Yeah.
It's quite good. Yes.
How many episodes are in this season? Do you know? 12?
I have no idea.
What was 12?
Is it 12?
I don't know, maybe 8, but it's usually that in 8 or 12.
How soon is the Obi-Wan Kenobi show coming out?
I don't know, but well up for that as well.
That would be great.
I don't know when. I mean, it's got to be a while away though, because
Yeah, no, I
they've just
thought they
announced
just
it, haven't
started
they?
filming
And
it.
they've just
Yeah.
announced him. He's going to need to grow the beard back.
Yeah.
I know that. What about what was it? Oh fuck it! Black Widow. Black Widow. New trailer
I
for
just
Black
watched the
Widow
trailer
dropped
today, yeah,
What do you think of that? It's coming out in the springtime.
I'm very excited about the prospect of being able to watch Scarlett Johansson for over an hour and a half.
Getting her own film.
Get her on film, yes.
That looks good.
I
Trailer
know.
looks good. But it's stereotypical Marvel. Well, they just get you in the door no matter what.
Yeah. It's like,
You
we're
either
making a
do it.
film, and you're like, yes, I will watch.
I will come see. I will come see. Yeah, totally.
It's pretty much like that, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's going to be good too. There's so many. I just feel like this whole year I've been saying 2019's mental. So many films are coming out, but now 2019's over.
Well, it's not over yet.
It's just
I
about
mean,
to
It's
be.
not over
I
yet.
mean, you know what's coming out the rest of the year now, don't you?
Yeah,
Your year could still be ruined when it turns out like
that's true.
Jar Jar Binks was behind it all.
He was Snoke.
He was Snoke. He was Sidious. He did everything.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Could happen.
Could happen, I
Don't
think.
say it couldn't happen because it might.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping it's no like the end season of Game of Thrones.
no,
And they are the same directors who done Star Wars.
no. It's
Is it not?
J.J. Abrams.
This is
that's
JJ.
the ninth one.
Yeah.
They
Well,
were
it is.
they were meant to be getting their own Star Wars trilogy, and they're not anymore.
I'm just talking pish.
You are talking pish, Framble.
No change there,
Okay.
then.
Sorry.
We can trust
Yeah, no,
JJ.
we can trust JJ because
No,
JJ
JJ
did Force Awakens.
And he done Lost.
And Prometheus.
Little connecting point. Which what after? Oh, sorry, that's another strep. So,
That's going to sound good.
Oh,
Wow.
apologies everyone with earphones.
That's okay.
Yeah. After The Last Jedi, I was like, Ryan Johnson, you're the devil. But then
Then he makes a film called
Then
Knives Out.
I go see this film called Knives Out, and I'm like, wow, that's a great film. And then written and directed by Ryan Johnson, I was like,
You're
well,
like,
then.
well, he's alright then.
well, it might be okay.
50-50.
So I have a love-hate relationship with Ryan Johnson.
I know he didn't like Last Jedi, but I honestly think
What
did
else
a
has he
good job.
done?
He's done a couple of things, but I can't tell off the top of my head. He's relatively young anyway.
I don't even
Yeah.
know any director. I don't really know any directors really.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Some
He's
guy called.
also such a Star Wars fan. He did the new Star Trek series and all the way
Yeah.
through the press tours of the Star Wars series. Like
That's
just
why.
watching Star Wars.
That's why I
And
think
then
the
he
last
done
one
it.
will be good because he is a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah, and he's
himself.
going to round it off right. And
But then so was Ryan Johnson.
that's true. But Ryan Johnson was experimental.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He just went, let's just see what happens, and he completely divided everybody.
Don't fix it if it's not broken.
I guess it wasn't. It didn't need fixing, but it needed
does
to do
now.
something. You know what I mean? Like it didn't
I'm
need to.
so happy I didn't go to see Last Jedi with you. Honestly, man.
I'm just
I
doing
came
this
out of
'cause-
that like in love.
Me too.
Like being like, oh my god, that was brilliant.
I couldn't believe it on Twitter.
I was like,
what?
I can't wait to take my dad because he's going to love it, and he did love it, and I was like, oh my god. And then see if I went with you going, oh, that was shite. I'll be like,
I didn't say that was shit. I took a while to think about it and then started saying it was shit.
no, 'cause
We,
I remember we went out on night out, and I was like, oh, what did you make of it? And you were like, horrible. I was like, what?
We had a night, I think it was for your birthday actually, because around that time we were out for your birthday, and I spoke to my old mate Grant, and he went, makes no sense, and I went, right, see you after. So I was like, oh man, but listen, the worst thing that you can do as a performer, a singer, a director, a writer, a wrestler, whoever, is for people to be indifferent. No one is indifferent about that film. Everybody has an opinion, whether they loved it, they hated it, or liked it, or kind of mildly liked it.
Yeah.
So that's all you can ask for.
I'm expecting bad reviews for this.
Me
Star
too.
Wars, because people just like to. Not
That's what
like
I'm saying
things.
about I'm not
They
ready
just
for it.
do.
So
Just because it gets views, doesn't it? Like if you're like, oh, that was the
Yeah.
worst film ever, you're going to want to see why it's the
yeah,
worst film ever.
clicks.
Whereas if you
So.
say it's the best movie ever, you'll be like, kind of want to see it then.
And it'll make folk go, no, it's no.
Yeah.
Which bugs me. Because if a film's good, the film's good. You know what I mean?
It's just because it's all the time like all the time you read bad reviews. For instance, Blue Story, like literally there was about 5 reviews. With the first reviews all bad.
I think there will be controversy around the next Star Wars, and it will be worse than The Last Jedi.
Do you think?
Because
it's the ending?
Because it's not just the end of this trilogy. It's they're pitching it as the end of the whole saga.
They're kind of doomed though. It's never going to please everybody.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
they're hyping it up way more than the last one.
See, I feel like I'm just going to be happy no matter what, because it doesn't matter to me. They can end it however way they want.
Yeah.
I'm not going in going, Rey better get married to a fucking space lord and be the queen. And then when that doesn't happen,
Space Queen,
and that doesn't happen, I'm going to be raging. That's not what I'm doing. You know, I'm just going to go and let's see how it finishes.
Yeah, but I will tell you this: see if anyone fucking flies through the vacuum of space and resurrects himself in this next film, I am snapping all my Star Wars Blu-rays in half.
Listen, it was Princess Leia. She is powerful with the Force. It was a tribute because Carrie Fisher passed away. It wasn't because let's make this a funny moment.
Fucking rubbish tribute, if you ask me.
It was to show she was full of life even though she was no longer with us. And that's going to be very interesting because they're using footage from The Force Awakens that they didn't use, and they're going to place her in Rise of Skywalker scenes.
I watched an interview with J.J. Abrams where he was talking about this, and it's really interesting. So they took all the scenes you're talking about that they still have left over from Force Awakens, Last Jedi. They took them and then just like removed everything else apart from her, and then filmed the scenes around her.
Yes.
And those scenes, so like
the
way the lighting was set up on the existing Carrie Fisher footage, they built the set and the rest of the scene around that. Yeah. So it's not just scenes from the films. It's like they've made new scenes, but just using her those, which I think is really interesting.
And just shows you how far we've come.
Yeah.
As a human race in filmmaking.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be good. But see what I mean? We just go off on these tangents because we're so passionate about Star Wars and it's crazy. Apologies to any non-Star Wars fans out there.
Why even listening to this?
I know.
Probably,
Go away, we don't like you.
Probably would have turned off.
I know.
Like Star Wars, right?
If you're still here, then thank you for being here. Mm-hmm. This will be your guys' last appearance on the show in 2019.
Is it? Oh.
Yes.
Can we get like a best of montage?
For the few episodes that you've been on?
Yeah, for like the 2 episodes, just do like a best of.
No, I don't know why it would be a music video because we're going to videos.
It's been very nice. I've enjoyed my time.
Yeah,
do you want me to leave?
No.
I'll leave if you want.
We'll be doing it a lot more now because we've got the medium of a flat and we've got a medium of people who've got routines that work, which is cool. Film of the year, Lewis?
Oh, I've forgotten what I've seen this year.
Don't need to think about it too much. Just the first thing comes to mind.
Joker.
That one. Fair.
That's another one that I didn't think I'd like very much.
Really?
I thought it was hyped up too much, and I was like, nah, it's not going to be that good. Went in. One of the best. I've said before, the best film I've seen in the cinema.
Nice.
Yes.
Mine currently would be Endgame.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, Joker. Yeah, I think it has to be Joker. I've looked at them. This
is before the rewatch. This is before the attempted list. This is before Star Wars comes out. This will all change because one of the first episodes of the new year, as it always is, will be a top 10 of the past year. I want to rewatch some films and watch some ones that I've missed. But currently sitting as Endgame for me. But I've also got Green Book well up there, and I've got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood all the way up there. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot that existed.
Yeah, I've got Joker, Midsummer.
Absolutely.
And Toy Story 4.
Mm-hmm.
That Toy Story 4, I thought they were going to do rubbish things with that movie.
Ruin the franchise.
It was funny. It was light-hearted.
It was. And it was Toy Story.
Nostalgic. Loved it.
Yeah. Any New Year's resolutions for 2020?
Take less paracetamol. I don't even know what time it is.
It's 25 past 10 at night.
Oh, it's past my bedtime. I need to drive us home.
Maybe Framble should drive.
Just send it. Framble, send me a wee text when we got home safe.
Okay.
To let them know.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
If you don't get here a text from us in 20 minutes, then phone someone. No, just someone. Just anyone.
Okay, I'll phone Hog. He'll come pick you up.
Yeah.
Who? Francis. New Year's resolutions? You got any? I know you've probably not thought about it yet.
No. But... I'd like to get fit. I mean,
you are.
You are fit, bro.
You are fit.
Just cheesy. Maybe be happy.
Absolutely.
I'm happy now, and I'll just continue happiness.
Just continue happiness.
Stay happy.
Just continue happiness. Listen, and maybe find myself a wee girlfriend.
Find yourself a wee lassie.
If you don't, I'll be.
If not, you can come on the show and talk to the listeners and be like, if anybody out there wanted to be with me,
If there's any lovely ladies out there who are looking for a hot, cute boy, his name's Frambell, and he's 22 years old, and he likes desserts. That's a weird say joke there.
Just dessert.
Just dessert. In all seriousness, find him on Instagram and Facebook, and and slip into his DMs.
Oh no!
And he might slip into you. No, that's too much, isn't it? And that's a wrap.
Fram's like, thank you, Lewis. You know that bit in Endgame where like, Thor threatens folk on the gaming thing, and the guy's like, thank you, Thor.
Yeah,
thank you, Lewis.
Thank you, Thor.
Yes, that is a wrap, ladies and gents. Thanks very much for checking this episode out. Thank you for downloading. It really means the world to us. You can follow us on social media at The Good Bit Pod on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find video exclusives and new videos every single day on YouTube. CM42 TV, boys. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for joining us tonight. Have you had fun?
I've had a lovely evening.
Yeah, it's been good.
Good. Until next time, folks. Until next time, boys. Thank you very much for listening. Tune in next time to the Good Bit Podcast. Recognise.
Citizens